Right. We would love for you to fully maximize this compensation plan because we're all about helping people create a total life change, right? And everybody knows money isn't everything, but money gives us choices.
Yes, it does.
Right? What school your kids go to, if you can buy a second car or not, if you can quit one of your part-time jobs, maybe quit your full-time job. But anyway, so I'm going to be talking about some things that so many of you have heard me talk about. For those of you, maybe you can cheer when I say this. For those of you that have been a part of these very small Friday night leadership meetings that me and Scott Bania have done in 2019, please let me hear you cheer. So I've talked about some of this stuff in those small little private meetings. Me and Scott Bania traveled around the country in 2019, and we did small little meetings with 30 and 40 people on Friday nights just like this. Just talking about the compensation plan and G5, before G5 even was announced. I mean, so many of you really got to learn all of that stuff in a smaller setting. So, some of you are going to hear me say stuff that I already told you before, or you've already heard before. But in preparation for this event, I'm listening to some audio of a gentleman named Mr. Chris Widener. He's going to be speaking tonight. Yeah. You guys can cheer. Yeah. And I heard him say something that really kind of resonated with me. And what he said in this particular audio that I was listening to was, as leaders, we tend to under-communicate up to 100, something like 100 times. Am I right, Chris? Right? So basically, and he's speaking through this audio, and he's saying, like, we think we talk too much. We think, like, we get bored with ourselves. Trust me, I get bored. Like, I'm going to change this up a little bit, right? But we think that we're communicating too much, when in reality, we're not communicating enough, not even close, right? And so I'm going to say it again. And maybe the fifth time you hear it, you're going to be like executive ambassadors, fire reporters who came up to me the fifth time she heard a 10.52 train. Sorry, Fire, I had to bug up. Top rank in the company, right? She came up to me after the fifth time that I trained on 10.52, and she said, I don't know what the heck it was, but tonight I got it. Remember that?
Yeah,
right? So, but I'm like that too, and hopefully you guys are probably like that too, because we're all human, right? Like, we have to see it a certain amount of times, hear it a certain amount of times, maybe the lighting's different that night, maybe our mind's more clear, maybe we're not worried about something that's happening at home, or maybe we're not worried about some other thing, right? So, we're going to talk about it tonight. Okay? Here we go. So, of course, guys, everything we do at Total Life Changes, we love to start with our core values. We encourage you to start your home parties, your private meetings, even your Zoom trainings. We encourage you to start with these core values because, guys, this is everything we stand for. The world needs to know, right? And these things have been the best thing ever for us. Telling the whole entire world, our name is Total Life Changes. This is who we are and what we stand for. If this makes sense to you, come and join us. But the most powerful thing I've learned about the core values is that last statement. If this looks good to you, come and join us. But if it doesn't, please don't. Because if you're not willing to love each other, period, then it's okay if you don't join us. This is very powerful to me, anyway. This is opinion of mine. I'm definitely not an expert. But to me, attracting the right kind of people is amazing. Yes. Making sure the wrong people aren't attracted to us is even more valuable. It really is, because it allows us to spread our wings, be positive, be happy, have fun. Like, having fun, we get more work done. That basically means life is short. Right? We want you to have fun. We want you to sing and dance and laugh and make new friends. And yes, of course, learn, get your notebooks out. We want you to have fun doing this because life is too short. And having fun also means not losing money. When you start your Total Life business, it also means not being crabby, right? So that's what I'm going back. We are always hungry for more. We also know that attitude is a reflection of leadership. So I think if you've been watching us for the last 12 months intently, we just don't stop. And we're never going to stop. Yes. Because that's who we are. Starting with Jack Fallon, that guy never, ever stops. If he is in town, he is not taking the day off. If he is out of town, he's not taking the day off. So we're always hungry for more. We're going to keep on doing. Last year we did 12 regional events. so passionate about what we do. Hopefully you guys are passionate about what you do. Is there any passion out there?
Yeah!
So, what I have found is two things. When you're really passionate about something, it doesn't feel like work. And when you're really passionate about something and other people can tell, it inspires them to go find what they're passionate about. Right? So, trust me, for those of you that know my story, my passion has really inspired so many people that I used to work with in the factory for Ford Motor Company to lead Ford Motor Company.
Wow.
And it doesn't mean that they came to total life changes, but they went and did something else because they knew they were not being fed, they weren't passionate about what they were doing, and they realized life was too short, and they went ahead and took that jump. And they did something else.
Awesome.
And that's great. Love each other, we already talked about. Grateful is our mindset. We are looking for people who have a grateful mindset. Not the ones that are complaining about what we don't have, but the ones that are so grateful.
Yes.
We got amazing products. We get paid every single week, and now we're going to start paying every day. What are you complaining about? Like, this is great. We're in New Orleans. Our standard is giving more than what is expected. You guys know TLC, if you've been here for 3 minutes, 3 weeks, or 3 years, we are always pushing the envelope. Jack pushes us even further to always give you more than what you expect. Whether it be surprises, we don't call you, I think Mr. James Nelly reminded me of this the other day, we don't call you on your 1-year anniversary at TLC and say, hey, it's time for you to repay your enrollment fee, because we don't do that. We don't have an annual membership fee.
All right.
But what do we do on your birthday? We call you and we say what?
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday!
A free product.
Would you like to purchase a product for 50% off? Because it's your birthday. Many of you don't know that. We call every single person on the phone without a robot.
Wow.
And we say, hey, it's your anniversary. Congratulations, or it's your birthday. We want you to have 50% off. So that's one thing, but obviously there's so many other things. We don't just do what's easy, we do what's right. This one's tough. In your life, in your business, in your marriage, or wherever, right? But this one is huge for us. And by the way, these core values are so serious to total life changes that I actually carry these around in my planner, and I look at them all the time when we're trying to make business decisions. Because we've really, honestly, this is no joke, everything at Total Life Changes is gravitated towards these for making decisions. I'm going to give you an example. Okay? Sandra Padilla, our customer service manager, was up here earlier talking about daily pay, and her team came to a weekly department head meeting about 9 months ago, and she's getting smart. My whole staff's getting smart, because I always say, hey, try to use people's words against them, so they do that to me. So they came in with this core value card, and they threw it on the conference room table, and they said, don't you think if we do what's right instead of what's easy, that our customer service department should be open 24 hours a day? Wow. Really? They said, don't you think that the people in Australia who are in a different time zone deserve to talk to a person? Wow. Don't you think that the third shift nurse who gets off at 2 in the morning, if she wants to buy some tea and wants to talk to a person, she should be able to? So I was like, you know, because my business mind is like, well, we should probably ask accounting how much that costs. Is our phone system, is that going to go up if we have more minutes? But we didn't talk about that. We didn't discuss that. What we did is we looked at that core value card, and we said, you're right. Let's do it. So that's what we did, right? Wow. And then you keep on staring at that core value card, and it's like, the answers are there. We love each other, period. Why shouldn't we just be open 24 hours? Why shouldn't we be open when you're open? Right? Because this is no longer a business from home opportunity anymore. It's a business from anywhere. That's right. Yeah. Right? And I think we forget to remind people that. This is not a home-based business. This is anywhere-based business.
Yeah. That's good.
You can have an iPhone or that other thing. You can do this.
Don't talk about the other thing. Other thing works real good. Real good.
So,
I love my Android. and good.
Executive ambassadors regularly, Scott mentioned this a few minutes ago too. You know, we're not asking you to change your personality and really change your flair. We're really just concentrating on a couple things. Let's get all the people on board with the same language.
Right.
Okay? And then let's get everybody to just agree to that. Right? So if you love doing home parties, cool. Make sure you love each other, period. If your team and your leadership is telling you, hey, we're going to go strictly online because technology says that's the best use of our time, awesome. But if you're going to do that, try to give those people more than what they expect. Build a relationship with them. You know, you found them on social, right? Stay hungry. Always follow up with them. Be passionate. Ask them how many kids they have, how much weight they lost, if they need any recipe ideas. These are all things you can look at that card and say, okay, just going to follow this. Okay, I'm telling you. But I'm also telling you guys, you're more than welcome to reach out to me, any member of my staff, and say, hey, you guys are violating the core values. I see you guys doing something that you shouldn't do, or I think there's something you should do that you're not doing. Because we love that kind of feedback, because it's a we company. This is our company, this is your company. This is our company, right? Whose company is it?
Our.
Okay, thank you. All right, that's our core values. All right, next. Here's an overview about what I'm going to talk about. We're going to talk about how paying 60% commissions, which is what Total Life Changes does.
Wow.
Why that creates the circle of love at Total Life Changes. Okay. Our founder, Mr. Jack Fallon, who probably should be getting in here any minute now, but I don't want to bring attention to it because you guys are going to stop watching me and listening. And he should be here any second. He might even be in the room. He is in the room. He believes in paying as much as possible back to our people for a reason. Yeah. Not as a marketing initiative, not as to brag and say, look at us, we pay the most, come on over here and join us. There's a reason, and we're going to go through that tonight. Because what I have learned in my training years is it's really more important to train why we do what we do, not the how. Yeah. The how is really important, but obviously the why is really what I have found is awesome. So, less confusing equals happiness and retention. I'm going to cover that. Okay. The less confusing something is, the more apt people are to get started and do it, and it creates happiness. And you know, we love creating more SOI than any company in the world, right? And what does SOI stand for? Smiles on investment. That's us. That's Total Life Changes. All right. We believe that people want to make a profit.
Yes. Yes.
I don't know about you guys, but like everybody I've ever interviewed or talked to in my life, when they start a business, their goal is to make a profit. Right? Because no matter what they started the business for, other than that, they quit a job, they don't want to go back to it, right? They want to make money, they want to make money. Whatever it is that they started that business for, I mean, they don't want to make a loss, they want to make a profit, right? So we're going to talk about that a little bit. They are not only happy, but they feel accomplished and confident. That's something we're going to talk about a little bit tonight. Which leads to continued growth and success. Retention is very important, guys. We're talking about retention tonight a few different times. Yeah. Because there's a little bit of confusion in our industry, in our company sometimes. Residual has to be tied to retention. If it's not, it's called Fast Start Bonus. Okay? And Fast Start Bonus is great. It really is. It's a bonus that you get from helping someone join TLC, attracting them for your hard work. Maybe you onboarded them, whatever. That's great. But true residual comes from retention. People stay, purchasing product, not because they have to, but because they want to. We're blessed with great product here, so our retention is through the roof. But that's true residual, so we're going to talk about that a little bit tonight as well. Okay? All right. Next, component of residual income that may talk about and dream about. I don't know. I would have messed that slide up. Kids TLC is an advantage that helps with retention and personal growth. So these are some of the bullet points that I'm going to be talking about, just so you know, giving you an overview of kind of some of the points I'm going to be hitting. Okay? All right, let's take a look at why this 60% that TLC pays is special. Okay? Here we go. So, if you see there's a shape on the screen, it's a nasty shape. You've heard bad things about it. Some people call it a pyramid. I think it's just a triangle, right? But for this training, I thought it would be the easiest way to explain. So, why 60%? Why would we choose that number? Why do we want to do that? And by the way, I know for those of you that are highly skilled, business-trained people, you're right now, the skeptics especially, are like, man, you can't pay 60%. I learned in business school that if you pay more than 50, your company's going to go out of business. There's no way this is sustainable. I was told to watch out for this. We're going to talk a little bit about why we can and why you have nothing to worry about. Okay?
All right.
All right. So, industry average is 43% payout. This is the industry average, the industry that we're in that has tens of thousands of registered and probably hundreds of thousands of non-registered companies. This industry on average pays out 43%. Some of them pay out 36. Sorry. Some of them pay out 46. That's not bad, right? Well, we pay 60. And here's why. If you're running a company that pays out about 43% commission, give or take, and you're running it in the business model that we exist in, which is network marketing, direct sales, whatever you want to call it, okay? If you're running one of those companies and you are in our space, in our business model, you really only have two choices. You're either going to pay the people at the top of the compensation plan, or you're going to pay the people at the bottom.
At the bottom. Mm-hmm.
There's just not enough money to pay both. Math is my favorite subject, so don't debate me on this one, okay? But you just don't, okay? So so follow me on this. If I'm running that company, which I never would, but if I am, I get it. My CEO or my management team's gonna come in and say, hey, we can only pay one of these people. What should we do? Most companies are gonna pick the people at the top, right? Because leaders move product and people, right? So we're going to pay the leaders. Well, that sounds like a good idea. Until the people at the bottom, the new associates, come in, they do $1,600 in sales, and they get paid $14. Wow. Right? So some of you are like, who has never had a non-TLC direct sales network marketing experience? Raise your hand. Right? So, okay, so like half the people in this room have only known TLC. Okay? We don't disparage other companies, but I will tell you what I just said is pretty typical.
Mm-hmm. Yes, it
There's
is.
a possibility of moving $1,600 in product, and because your third cousin didn't have their auto ship go through on the 5th day of the month, and you didn't repurchase on your birthday, and the moons didn't line up with the sun, you got all these breakage points, and next thing you know, you made 16 bucks. And you're like, man, how did that happen? That stinks. I gotta go to that next conference and figure out how to not have that happen to me again, right? So some companies decide, hey, we're just gonna pay the people at the bottom because this whole retention thing is real. So many people are quitting. Our leaders are constantly having meetings every single weekend, every single night because 13 people signed up, 12 people quit, 16 people signed up, 14 people quit, right? Mm-hmm. Does that sound familiar to anybody? Okay, so the opposite of that is let's pay everybody at the bottom. Right? Let's make sure they're all happy. Let's be very, very generous at the bottom. Problem with that is two things. There's no leaders in those compensation plans usually, and there's no financial incentive to elevate. Right? So you work a lot harder for just a little bit more money. Right? And because of that, because there's no leadership up there and there's no leadership being developed, there's no leadership. I mean, it's as simple as that, right? And so what we have found, obviously, in our 17-year official career here at TLC is leadership is so very important. And that's what we're stressing this year in 2020. Leadership, personal development, growth, acting like a leader, dressing like a leader, right? I mean, you can see I'm pretty casual, but I did do my hair. I did tuck my shirt in. I feel comfortable, though. Yeah. Are you guys comfortable?
Yes.
All right, so at TLC, and I'm so blessed and so lucky because somehow the stars aligned and I started working on an assembly line in 1994 and I met this guy named Jack. And he started a company, and after 10 years of bickering and arguing with him and telling him how crazy he was and telling him how he was a mean and nasty guy for wanting to bilk people out of money, I joined. 10 years. Took me 10 years to believe. Took me 10 years for this to happen to me. 10 years. So that's why I'm so passionate now to make sure that it doesn't take you 10 years or 10 months. Sometimes I only have 10 minutes to get you to believe. So I'm going to use it. And that's why I don't sleep much, because I need to get people to believe, because, man, I got to make up for those 10 years that I didn't. And that's a debt I'll never repay, but I can get closer to it every day. So anyway, at TLC, I'm blessed because Jack put me in charge of the numbers. He was smart enough in the beginning to know that, hey, you can't be in charge of a lot of other things right now, but in the numbers, I'm going to give you some, some ability there. So honestly, we're blessed with a compensation plan here and a generous CEO and founder who allows us to pay out more. And what it does is it allows us to do both. We're able to pay both people, top sales leaders and the brand new associates who are just getting started, who are just figuring out how phenomenal the products are. G5, binary qualified, the little stuff, right? There's money there for those people. So what happens there? They don't quit. They stay, AKA retention, right? Because our compensation plan's most generous component is match pay, which flows up, we have been able to accomplish the opposite of what Ronald Reagan was trying to do in the 80s, which that was called trickle-down economics. We have been able to achieve here at Total Life Changes with our compensation plan, the hard work of all of you, trickle-up economics. Right? A concept that in the normal economic business world has never been able to happen. Right? They're always trying to say, hey, let's give the people that are struggling money and everything will just fix itself. Well, it doesn't. Sorry. But the TLC, we're not paying people that are struggling. We're paying people that are working hard. That's it. Sharing product, they're doing friends, family, right? Why should they get paid? Because they're not leaders? Well, I'm here to tell you that there's greatness inside every single person.
Yes.
They will be a leader one day if they don't quit. And for them not to quit, because they're not a leader yet, they need to know that at least I'm making some money. At least I'm losing some weight, right? So that's why this 60% that we pay is so great. And before I get to the next slide, okay, cool, I got bullets here, I'm sorry guys. Industry average 4.3, we already talked about that. That's 17% that we are able to funnel back into this compensation plan. Jack Fallon believes should go back to the people. Right? He believes this in his core, in his heart, since day one. He's always been like a believer and no, we have to be. You guys probably don't know this. Total Life Changes was launched and founded to fight the status quo of this industry because Jack Fallon knew and absolutely appreciated the fact that this business model was most people's best chance at owning their own business and possibly changing the generational wealth of their family. He knew this was it for most of us, right? But he knew that it had to be done a different way. It had to be done where we could pay you every week instead of every month. It had to be where when you called, we answered. It had to be where we had a corporate office that was actually in the United States and you could come and visit and you didn't have to pay a fee to do so. Because he knew that belief and trust and generosity and not trying to monetize everything up front was what he wanted to create. And that's the beautiful thing that we have here called Total Life Changes. And where did the name come from? I have no idea, but man, is it a right name or wrong name? It really is. I mean, there's some spiritual things going on here. Okay, so so anyway, let's get started. Let's dive a little deeper into the compensation plan. This is pretty easy. You guys know this. We have a binary pay plan here. It means we're building 2 teams, but we also have a customer list that does not live in our binary structure. It lives next to it. But what's cool about that is those people are kind of in a waiting pattern. And every time they make a purchase, it pays a direct bonus to the person that introduced them to TLC, but it also creates binary commissionable volume for all of us to share, right? The cool thing about that is, at TLC, we don't really challenge anybody to become a life changer unless they're ready. And we don't entice them either, right? How much does the tea cost, Lanika, if you're a distributor? Yeah, I asked on tea. What is the price of the tea? $49.95. Tammy, how much does the tea cost if you're a customer? $49.95. Right? This is important because you know what I hear? Mr. Weiner's probably heard this 100 times. No, 100,000 times. We don't want to turn a good customer into a bad distributor, right? Has anybody ever heard that before? Yeah. Okay. We say it all the time. But the problem is, we talk the talk and we don't walk the walk. If the distributor is going to get 10 or 15 or $20 off, and most of us are living check to check, and people are clipping coupons to save $6 at the grocery store, don't you think that's going to entice them to be a distributor, and maybe they're not ready for it yet? Yeah. Yeah, it is. Trust me, because I've seen it so many times, right? So that's something that we believe in. Our customer, our distributor, life changer price, exactly the same, right? Stay there. It's okay. Love the product. You know, we have people that have been on auto ship, or smart ship, excuse me, for liquid multivitamin called Nutriverse. Anybody know what that is? Yeah. You know that we have people on smart ship for that product for 18 years? Wow. Yes. But guess what? They're customers. And everybody allowed them to stay there. And guess what happens? Someone got paid $20 a month every single time that person bought Nutriverse for 18 years. Right. If that person would have been enticed or inspired or forced to become a life changer before they were ready, that could possibly have been 17 years and 11 months of no commission.
That's true. That's true.
No life change within their health, no exposure to their family, right? No new life changers and customers that they possibly could have brought, right? Someone's over there waiting. I don't know if that means you're saying hi or if you agree. But anyway, so our compensation plan is special, guys. We have 6 ways that we get paid here. All of you know them. Retail bonus, fast start bonus, binary pay, matching bonus, which is the most generous portion of our compensation plan. It's what allows us to do what we do. Thank you, Jack. A life changer bonus, which is a once a month bonus. It's the only monthly bonus we have. Every other one is weekly. And we have a bonus here, the 6th way we get paid, that has absolutely zero to do with money. Right? It's the feeling it bonus. It's also called the 6th way we get paid. Right? It's that feeling you get when you realize that Jennifer Held, which is sitting over there, is able to stay at home with her kids and find a certain level of success where she's able to do that, and she's never done this before, and she sends you a message at 1:30 in the morning and says, I prayed for you today because I'm so grateful for what TLC provides for me, and I just want to say thank you. So that to me, thank you. So that to me is something that will never show up in my bank account, ever. But holy crap, is it the most valuable currency that I receive? Yeah. And I know you guys receive that. I'm just using her as an example because I saw her over there. But those messages, right? Someone calling you and saying, oh my gosh, I lost 20 pounds. I've never been able to lose weight. How does that make you feel? That G5 email that comes with the 5 yellow circles says you made the G5 challenge. How do you feel when you get that? Don't forget about that, because you can earn from that as well. And I'm telling you, I've been blessed to be financially compensated well through my career, and my family's fine, and we have a nice house and 3 nice cars, but other than that, I go to bed happy because of what the impact we're having on the world, and what we've been able to do for people. So try to find joy and passion in that. I think you'll really understand that. That's probably more valuable than the rest. Okay? All right. 4 of those bonuses are weekly. We believe that paying someone weekly is the right thing to do.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Would you guys agree?
Yes.
So many payroll services now are telling people you should pay every 2 weeks, you're going to save a lot of money, or let's pay once a month because we're going to drive people to work hard all month long. The reality is it doesn't work. It's 2020. We pay weekly. We've been paying weekly for a long time. And now we're paying daily. We believe that paying someone weekly is the right thing to do. We also believe that it keeps them hungry, it develops passion, it keeps the fun going, it shows love, right? It's a nice way of saying we are grateful, and it's a standard that is more than what people expect. Yes. Do any of those words seem familiar? I capitalize them. Okay. Where do those words come from? Core values. Therefore, our compensation plan and our core values are in line with each other, right? So we talk the talk and we walk the walk. Are you doing that in your business? Yeah. Thanks for signing up with me. I'm going to call you every week and touch base with you and see how you're doing. Those are great words to say. Hopefully you do it, because even if they lost 10 pounds and you don't touch base, you're better off saying, hey, I'm going to touch base with you every once in a while. Okay? Because we're judged by what we say, right? I think that's a true judge of a leader. It's like, are you doing what you say you're going to do? Right? So, those core values are in that compensation plan. You just have to look for it. Alright? Alright, retail bonus we're going to talk about real quick. This one's easy. Who's ever made money in the retail bonus at Total Life Change? It's simple, right? Great products. People love them. They're losing weight. They're feeling great. They have mental clarity and focus. The NutriBurst gets them going in the morning. They want to go climb a wall and cut the grass, right? I mean, these are right. And people are looking for these products and they're begging for them, right? And we're paying people just to share these products. Just share these products with your friends, your family, your neighbors, people you meet online. And we're going to give you $20 every single time you share one of these great products. It's pretty simple, right? And anybody can do it. We're going to give you the website. We're going to give you the inventory at our warehouse, and we're going to drop ship it for you, right? So here's some bullet points on that. All retail sales pay 50% with no minimums or caps.
Right.
This is important because sometimes many people don't realize that in our compensation plan, our retail bonus does not have a scale to it. It's just $20 every time. If you share one product this week, you're going to make $20. If you share 10, you're going to make $200. If you share 20, you're going to make $400. This sounds easy, right? It's simple, but the reality is that there's a lot of sliding scales out there where it's like, well, we're going to pay you 20 if you sell 15. But if you only sell 11, we're going to pay you $15 each or $10 each, or, you know, well, what's the rank of your personal sponsor? Because if their rate's not high. You get what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of hoops and hurdles out there, and we're trying to keep it simple. As simple as possible, and as generous as possible.
Okay, just go.
Okay? You're welcome. TLC pays on all retail purchases, right? So this retail bonus happens all the time. The 18-year example of the NutriBurst. First order, fifth order, 95th order, 50%, 50%, 50%, all the time. Every single time. Customers on Smart Chip, 50%. Right? They bought 2 times in one day, 50%. They haven't bought for 3 months, but just decided to buy again, 50%. Right? Very simple, very clear, very generous. Right? There is a way to get paid more than 50% on your retail sales. Did you know that?
No.
Yeah?
No.
Because we're going to get to it in a minute. So write that down and write down what you think the answer is. How can you possibly get paid more than 50% on a retail sale? If you understand 10.52, you know the answer to this. If you don't, we're going to get to it. Okay? All right.